Nairobi.
But what really ails Moi University? Let's stay on that story for a moment. Senior officials from the troubled university have begun recording statements with the EACC as the probe into the 2.2 billion shillings infrastructure fraud begins. Now, those investigations come as the university defended itself over accusations of mismanagement of the institution that has left students locked out of lecture rooms, some delayed completion of studies and non-payment of salaries. The institution says it only owes last month's salaries. But as Brenda Wanga reports, that defense comes as sections of the administration admit to deep-seated problems at the university.
Three senior officers from Moi University heeded to summons from the EACC and presented themselves to record statements as the institution seeks to find the truth behind the alleged 2.2 billion shillings fraud at the institute. This alleged loss of funds is just part of the troubles stalking the institution that is marking its 40th anniversary since its establishment. Instead of the celebrations, the second public university in the country is fighting for its very survival. From delayed course completion to delayed payment of salaries and remittances of statutory deductions, Moi University is now a pale shadow of its former glory state.
Though the situation right now, really, it's suborning us, And for now, I'm not sure when will I graduate.
But as things goes by, it's now 2 months since the academic calendar started. We have not even entered lecture rooms. We have not had any session with the lecturers. It's just devastating, frustrating. We're just hoping that the government can do.
The government needs to clear with all our dues so that we continue. We calculated from our end. We realized that staff are owed 8.6 billion.
The institution admits that things are not as good here.
Currently, yes, Moi University is going through turmoil, and this stems from the demands by the staff.
Things haven't always been like this for this university. Indeed, the university was at some point thriving, that it birthed a number of other institutions of higher learning that have gone on to get their own charters to fully fledged university status, like Maseno University, Masinde Muliro, Garissa, Karatina, Masai Mara, Rongo, amongst others. An upsurge of students intake through the privately sponsored programs also saw further expansion of the institution.
During that time of privately sponsored students, the numbers were huge, and therefore the university went into a drive to have as many as possible, and therefore it took education to where they are by opening very many campuses.
Amongst the campuses opened but didn't survive include West Campus Eldoret, Kitale, Nairobi, Kericho, Mombasa, Mogotio and Nakuru campuses. But the closure of these campuses came with an extra financial burden.
So we had to employ staff to service that huge number of students. So when it collapsed, ideally the staff should have gone home because there was no work, but they were actually brought back to main campus.
The university also contends that the funds from the government under the now old model of funding has also affected the running of the institution. But the institution also stands accused of mismanagement of funds, recklessness, greed and bad governance. The university is now the subject of a forensic audit by the Auditor General to establish the true extent of the rot at the once shining beacon of academic excellence. While the outcome of the audit is still pending, the university has sought to defend itself over these accusations. It blames the delays in meeting academic timelines, especially for the 2016 medical and surgery cohort, whose plight was highlighted by Citizen TV on factors beyond its control, including the KMPDU strikes from 2017 to 2024 that cumulatively cost the students 336 days, the ongoing UASU strike that started in September this year, as well as the COVID-19 pandemic that disrupted learning for 16 months. It also claims that it has paid salaries until September, while admitting to delays in statutory deduction remittances due to inadequate capitation to the university. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV.